Yeah, I got nothing.
That makes me sick.
That's crazy.
Like, it's gross enough to lick it off like a hardwood floor.
Yeah.
Like a concrete gymnasium.
Yeah, licking it off the floor, just
sucking it
out of the carpet.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Youth Group Chronicles. Woo-hoo! In the studio with me tonight, I have our chaplain.
Come on.
Timothy.
The chaplain.
Rufio the kid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Blessings on you and the family.
Stearns. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And Buddy Jenkins. Thank you for being here, too.
I don't have
this
a
was the
title.
combo.
You got to give him a title. I feel like
I know. It doesn't need a title. What would be a good title for you, buddy?
I don't know. It's really not up to me to pick. It's
All
up
right.
to you.
He is our resident basketball analyst.
Okay.
NBA analyst.
Okay,
That's
I got
true.
you.
Let's not talk about the Nets. Keep going.
His team's in first place, so he knows something. And he's been
First in the
with
league.
him for a while. I do know that. I
From
don't
the
know
jump.
a lot about the NBA,
The good
but I know
times, the
Buddy's
bad
been with his
times.
team.
The Nets moved to Brooklyn.
I was just telling my wife the other day. I said if we win a championship this year, it'd be the third greatest thing to ever happen in my life.
Aww.
Third.
Okay,
Okay,
You
now
wanna
you got to
pick
say the
first?
first.
He's got
Second,
two
three.
kids and he's married, so and he's saved. So
Which
It's
one of those has got to go?
It's up for interpretation.
there's Jesus.
Jesus, marriage, and kids.
No, I told her obviously marriage, kid,
The Bubster, they said.
championship, and she was like,
Wow.
"Oh, being saved." I'm like, "That's without saying.
That's without saying.
That's self-explanatory."
None of this happens without him. Come
Yeah,
on,
none
y'all.
of this
That is
happens.
true.
I don't fit him in. I revolve everything around him.
Facts. I like it.
Come on,
So we'll let it
Is that
slide.
chaplain?
That's powerful.
We'll let it
Is that
slide.
good, chaplain?
All right. Welcome to our chat, Jeremiah. Welcome.
What up? What up?
Impercussion. I don't know what the name is, but I'm just reading handles here. Connor, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you all being here tonight. Let's jump into some stories. This first one is from Chase. He said at youth camp, a massive storm rolled in and flooded the grounds.
Hey.
Camp was canceled early, and while we were waiting to leave, a few of us went into the flooded street where water was pouring into the storm drain.
Okay.
That's when one of the students thought it would be fun to sit on the drain and let the water rush over him.
He's a main character.
Until he tried to get up and realized that he couldn't.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
I decided to mess with him and yelled that if he didn't get up soon, the suction would pull his intestines out through his butt.
Wait, what? That was your threat?
That definitely didn't help
Yeah.
because he started crying and screaming at the top of his lungs.
Oh my gosh.
After a few moments later, some other students helped him up. He wiped his tears and never spoke of it again.
Oh my gosh. Let it wash over me.
Is that actually a thing? Do we know?
What?
Intestines through your butt. That just
Like,
sounds
can
like
the suction from the water?
Yeah, that was my first thought process, was that he was gonna get stuck.
Chat,
From,
let
like,
us know. Is that
no,
dangerous?
The intestines in this.
So
Yeah, I
he
don't
really,
believe
he
that's a
really
thing.
was
Okay,
stuck.
okay.
But that was my first thought when they're like he was gonna sit on the drain. That he was gonna be
Yo, he was literally.
vacuum sealed.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, honestly, you just got to get your weight up a little bit.
But that's my kind of joke. When people playing around too much and then you tell them that they're gonna
You tell
face the
them
most harmful
Dire
injury
thing
ever.
And you're going to get mold in your ears if you don't stop. It's like, what, dude?
Actually, I think that is a thing.
Mold in your ears.
I don't know.
I just made it up right now.
I feel like that has to be a thing.
If that's a real thing, that's powerful. Because
Yeah, I
just
think
made
that
it
you
up
got to
right
be
now.
in some very unique circumstances to have mold grow in your ears.
Bro, there's some gross people out there.
Yes.
Well, hey, if
Weird
you're
growth.
gross, put it in the chat real quick.
if you're gross, drop it in the chat.
Yeah,
If you're
drop an
gross.
ear emoji.
If you've ever had mold in your ears, put it in the chat real
Yeah,
quick, just so we can
Let
find
us
out.
know.
Yeah, they said that can happen if the water
Oh,
pressure
it's really
is enough.
okay. Really rare, Matthew. Really rare. What that he can get his intestines sucked out, or there's mold in his ears.
According to Google. Shout out to Matthew, dude. He's out here. He's
Look at this. This is amazing. He's our own chat GPT. Oh, wow.
whoa,
Chat GPT.
They got it. They got it.
TPG.
This is a story from Ian, and this is our Guess the Denomination segment.
Oh, snap. The thing
this
that is
is
dividing churches
quickly
across
becoming
America.
a fan favorite. I can't talk tonight.
A Fran favorite?
A Fran
Fran favorite.
A fan favorite. This gets some of the most engagement we've ever seen in the chat in the history of Youth Group Chronicles.
Wow.
It comes because of this segment.
Come on.
So you guys guessed it. You just have to guess the denomination.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're really clear with our titles, guys.
Yep.
No questions here. So Ian said at youth camp there was a kid who quickly earned the name Spaghetti Kid.
Oh, that's probably me. Honestly, I love spaghetti.
Because he constantly wandered around the grounds eating cold cans of canned spaghetti.
Oh, Kansas. Now I'm out.
But that wasn't the weirdest part. He never seemed to sleep and instead spent the first couple nights sitting under clothing racks by the emergency exit light, journaling disturbing entries about burning down the cabin,
What? Send him home.
complete with drawings.
With drawings?
One night, he tried to silently climb into someone's bunk, only to get kicked off and scurry away, laughing into the pitch dark bathroom on all fours.
What?
Nah.
Later, when someone went to use the restroom, Spaghetti Kid came crawling at him again, only to get his head kicked.
Yeah, he deserved that.
But he just laughed and disappeared again. The next night, it took a counselor snapping a towel at him to keep him away. But even then, he sat in the hallway staring into a hole in the ceiling.
Oh my gosh. Send him home. Send
Later,
him home.
we could literally hear him crawling around the ceiling for over an hour.
Crawling in the ceiling.
What is this?
It finally got quiet, and we didn't see him again until the next morning.
No
Nah.
way.
Nah.
Okay, I don't know of a youth camp that would put up with this.
So maybe that's a hint.
That's the Antichrist.
That if they don't have enough discernment to know that's jacked up,
Yeah.
That's fair.
there's
That's
no
a
spiritual
great-
gifts in operation here.
That's a fair assessment. Okay, so we're maybe thinking Baptist, Methodist, Catholic.
Sam's out here.
It gotta be like-
the spirit. Got
So
him.
okay, are we?
They said they were at a camp, or
Yeah, they were at a camp. So are we guessing it's the kid, or are we guessing like the denomination of
well, the whole
camp?
camp. I mean,
Yeah,
the,
but I would say-
kid's nothing. The kid's got
Well,
it.
He's
from,
none
well,
of the
from
denomination.
He's got.
yeah, the kids.
None
yeah,
of them.
the kids.
The kids. We're
He's his
praying
own
for him
thing.
today. You know what I'm saying?
He's his own thing.
We have
Yeah.
Catholic in the chat. Some I've never even seen.
Baptist,
Oh.
Universalist, Presbyterian,
Pentecostal. I'm stumped. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, this one's.
This one's got me.
Um,
Homeschool. Do we think it's a homeschool kid, Taylor? Really? Don't lump us into that.
that's not a denomination. Homeschool denomination. I like that.
Yeah, okay. Jacob said any Pentecostal would be rebuking it at this
Yeah.
point.
100%.
So we know it's not Pentecostal.
Yeah, he wouldn't have made it to
No.
stay awake. They'd be like, go to bed in the name of Jesus. And he'd be out. he wouldn't be staying awake.
I think I have to go with Baptist.
Yeah, Baptist.
But here's the thing, though. I feel like Baptists, they're a little too chill. They wouldn't put up with that. They'd be like, we're calling your mother and you're getting, like, you're out of here. Like, they're not going to put up with that.
Methodist then?
I'm not all that well versed on.
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, once you get into the Methodist, Lutheran,
That's fair.
I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah.
I
Oh
feel like
man,
I
I'm
lose
gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna go out of left field. I'm just gonna say Methodist. I grew up around some Methodist camps. They probably would have let it happen.
You know, Methodism started because they followed the methods of John Wesley, and John Wesley was technically like a Pentecostal. He's like preaching the gospel.
he would-
But
But
is there a Wesleyans now?
Yeah, Wesleyans is a
Yeah.
denomination.
Yeah.
That's true.
Should we just go with that?
Wesleyans?
Which one do we know least about?
Lutherans. Lutherans love the word, which is good. We love the word too.
What do you
Do you
guys
think
got?
hearing this story? Do you think these people love the word?
You know,
I don't know.
hearing the story, I think this kid was forced to go to youth camp and they couldn't send him home. That's what I think. I went to one youth camp growing up, and it was a Salvation Army youth camp. I don't know what denomination Salvation Army is.
Yeah, I don't
Salvation
know.
Army.
Yeah, Salvation Army.
It's our own
That's a
denomination.
denomination.
But that was a whole nother world. Like, nobody was saved there. Like, we were saved. I mean, you know, we're going to church at least. And me and my brother and my mom sent us because she's like, oh, it's a Salvation Army youth camp. You guys are, you know, you'll love it. There's Christian
Love
kids there. Nobody there was Christians. Everybody's cussing. We had a counselor who cussed all the time. And I heard more cuss words from the counselor.
That's wild.
But then I found out he had Tourette's. And so I'm like, hey,
Oh.
you know what? My bad. You know what?
What
He
a
was
turn of events,
awesome.
dude.
And then, like, once you understand, you're like, you know, it kind of phases out. You're like, okay, I get it, dude. Like, he's saying the F word every other second. But I'm like, you know, hey, man, like, you can't help it. You know, he was a really nice
can't
guy.
help it.
But
crazy.
so maybe the Salvation, whatever denomination the Salvation Army is, because
Let
like
us know.
none
Does
of those
anyone
kids
know?
could leave.
It's a Catholic ministry. All right, we were kind of guessing Catholic. A lot of people in the chat were saying Catholic.
There we go.
So,
I can see that. Okay, that's a good one.
Oh wait, so now someone said it's Methodist is also something. Guys, come on.
Come on.
Is it multiple?
Is it
multiple
who's it? John Booth.
denomination?
That's who that.
Yeah,
made it?
John.
What was John?
Not
Booth's-
John Booth.
was-
General Booth. His name something Booth.
John Wilkes Booth.
No, that's what I'm
killed-
thinking. Killed.
No, that was
I'm like, that's
not
I think I
him.
said this, but it's wild.
Booth.
But I'm related to him.
You're related to? How do
Oh my gosh, it all makes sense now. Wait a minute.
I'm dead serious. It's somewhere up the
It
line.
started with the animals. It started with the president, leaked into the animals.
Yeah.
Oh my
No
gosh.
wonder I've hit so many animals with my car. Totally
William
makes sense.
Booth.
William Booth was
okay,
the founder,
William Booth.
and Salvation Army.
He was a
actually used to be
He was a
dope.
Methodist minister. That's what it says.
Okay. So who's putting Catholic in the chat? Come
Yeah.
on, you just
But I could see now thinking about it. I could see Catholic.
okay.
Yeah, because like the kids can't get sent home, obviously, or
They just didn't care.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, them Catholic camps be weird too.
Hey, shout out to Baytross.
You ever see
going
them
off to the
videos of
airport,
them
praying for
Catholic?
your
No,
brother.
I've seen none, dude.
Bro, when they be doing like the Eucharist and stuff, that
Oh,
would be
yeah.
different. They be like glaring upon this thing.
That's
Yeah.
what we never had. I mean, we had every denomination. We never had Catholics though at our camp.
Hmm.
At
Yeah,
least
I would-
that I know about. That came and like did a retreat or anything like
You know,
that.
I mean, a lot of people say it's like a whole nother world.
Yeah,
but-
they're like a
That's fair,
sect.
yeah.
I wouldn't
It's like,
consider them
yeah.
a denomination. When I think of denomination, I think they're Protestant, and then then they're like within the Protestant branch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they never came.
Fair.
Yeah.
We did have
So-
I mean, so for me, I can actually put a label on all the camps because I can like run through my list of like, okay, yeah, I can see this camp. I gotta say though, the Methodists were the craziest.
Mhm.
Dang.
Yeah, they brought the craziest kids.
It's funny.
Maybe it was
Why
just our
Methodists
area.
then?
Maybe it was just our area.
Somebody said the Catholic summer camp was the 8th sacrament for salvation, which is very funny.
That's crazy.
This is a story from Vance. He said, I was driving 4 students back from a youth event in my tiny Subaru.
Oh,
We were crammed in pretty tight, and I could definitely feel the weight of all 5 of us taking a toll on my car.
okay. Yep.
As we went over some railroad tracks,
Oh no.
one of my hubcaps popped off, bounced off the curb, and hit an elderly woman walking with her walker right in the butt.
No way. No way.
He said, I literally had to crawl under. I literally wanted to crawl under a rock and disappear. I had to stop the car and pick up the hubcap in shame.
What did the woman like?
Was she
She
good?
screamed. She yelled. She was fine.
Oh,
But
okay.
she yelled. Like he said, quote, it sounded like she got assaulted by someone.
Oh my
Was
gosh.
crazy.
That's crazy.
You know,
This grandmother.
I remember one time when I first started going to youth group. Now we were going for a little bit. And Pescody and Mindy had this Infinity, and they fit like me. They fit me, my sister, like 3 of my cousins, and
No
like our
way.
2 friends all in the back of their Infinity.
No way.
And brought us to youth group. Yeah. It was probably, not, we talk about this throughout the time. We was like, you should probably never done that. Think about it now. When you think of who Pescody is now, he would never have, you would never think he would do something like that. But he
I mean,
did.
there was, I won't name names, but there was a youth leader, not a youth leader anymore, who put a kid in her trunk and drove him to small group.
Gosh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Starts with a G.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gee. Right here, just gossiping on Youth
Yeah.
Group Chronicles,
Yeah,
guys.
well,
Thanks
that
for-
one has been
I mean, we all know.
I'm just kidding. I'm
Yeah,
just
we
kidding.
all. And then I will say though, there was a time I was riding home from church so I needed a ride, and I was riding home with some friends, and there wasn't enough room for me in this sedan.
Mm.
So the 2 sisters double buckled in the front seat,
Yeah.
and we got pulled over
Oh.
because of his inspection. And I felt so bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'll pay the ticket. Like this is my fault that
Yeah.
our friend's dad like is getting pulled over. And the cop like sticks his head in the window and just starts talking about the inspection. Looks at the 2 girls in front, never said a word.
Hey, they're buckled
Didn't
up.
care.
He just
Did
had
not
to hit
care.
that quota real quick. He's like, listen,
Oh my gosh.
just get that taken care of.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Sheesh.
So some of them don't care. So if you guys need to cram some extra kids in your car without upgrading, it
you
is an option.
There you go.
You
That's
could-
actually, yeah, that's good advice. Because most times we're like, oh, everything's bad and everything's wrong. Don't do lock-ins. Don't turn the lights out. Don't play water games. It's just like, no, you got to cram the kids in. Get them in there, dude.
Yeah, this is legal advice from Youth
For the
Group
sake of the
Chronicles.
Okay,
guys.
not legal.
Official legal
Not-
advice.
No, it's not. No, it's not legal.
Someone's gonna clip that.
For real.
They told me it was official legal.
No.
Yeah,
it's
don't
not.
actually do that.
Oh my god.
This is from Alyssa. Alyssa said, a student of mine found a random plastic water bottle and started flipping it one day at church.
Oh, the you
You ever see the bottle flips?
Yeah, about
I used to be lit.
Out of nowhere, he chucked it full force at the wall. Naturally, it exploded everywhere.
Naturally.
But before I could even react, this kid dropped to his hands and knees and started slurping the water straight out of the carpet.
I mean,
Nah, that's crazy.
That is disgusting.
yeah, I got
That's
nothing.
That
I'm trying
makes
to
me
think of it.
sick.
That's crazy.
Like, it's gross enough to lick it off like a hardwood floor.
Yeah, yeah,
Like a
yeah. Gross.
concrete
Yeah,
gymnasium.
licking it off the floor, just
Sucking
alone,
it out of
the carpet.
Carpet is next level.
Yo,
disgusting.
we have we carpeted our house when we moved in,
Mm.
and I wouldn't even do this at my, like, I'm the only person that's lived there. I wouldn't do that at my own house.
That's crazy.
For money.
Matthew in the chat said, "Got to clean it up." It's true. This man cares about the Lord's house. Are we mad
It's
at
just
him?
water, guys, though.
No, but it could lead to mold. Or
I
something.
mean, you're not cleaning that with. Yeah, you're not cleaning that.
he starts drinking. He's like, "Why is it spicy?"
No. Like, and it's at the church, like
Yeah.
a public place.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely athlete's foot.
And that
Yeah, all right.
carpet's
Drop in
probably
the
been
chat.
down
What's
for
in the carpet?
years.
What do we find in the carpet? Crumbs,
Spaghetti boy.
spaghetti boy, the remains of spaghetti boy.
Uh-huh. Bro's gonna get moldy ears. Facts. That's what I'm trying to warn the
Yes.
people about. Oh, that's crazy.
3-second rule.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
Alejandro, it is disgusting.
Oh, I'm
that's
thinking
it.
about. Hold up, I just remembered our carpet at our church, which happens after people do baptisms.
Oh yeah,
It's like sloshy, wet.
It's
Soppy.
sloshy, wet.
Imagine,
But the water in the baptismal after you're baptized and anywhere over like literally
Ugh.
8 kids is gross.
Yeah,
We
no.
baptized up to, buddy, we baptized 100 kids one night.
Yeah, one night. Yeah, that
Literally 100
That
kids in
water
one
is-
tub, and the water was disgusting.
almost coming alive.
And it just went. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I worked at the church. When we cleaned it up, like, yeah, we tried to clean it the most we could, but then we're just throwing fans on it. We're like, just dry.
yeah,
So it's not like the water's still in there.
it's always an intern that's got to clean it up.
Yeah.
that's
it was.
normal. What happened.
I was,
Yeah.
I was helping out. You know what I'm saying?
That's normal. What happened.
I was helping out, but yeah, church carpets are next level.
Cheeto dust and
Wow.
youth group kids are not clean.
No,
Mm.
they're half of them aren't even wearing
Cheeto
shoes.
dust, feet sweat.
Yeah, they're sweating out of their feet into the. Ugh.
He said, "My last brain cell." Oh my
Oh
god.
gosh. Living water. Hallelujah.
There we go.
Jonathan's
That's
got
crazy.
it.
This
That kid
is
probably got saved.
this is a story from D's.
Got him.
Buddy.
What's
I
his last
know.
name? What's his last name?
It's not that.
Okay.
Deise. Does that sound like D's?
Diaz?
Diaz? I don't know.
D-I-S-E?
I've never heard that name before.
D-
You guys have some
D-I-S-E.
interesting names you send into the show.
Look how to pronounce
Dice.
pronounce it.
D-I-S-E?
Dice.
Deise.
Deise.
I can't. I'm not going to lie. I
Diaz.
can't-
All right.
I
Yeah.
can't-
See, and I have to be over here reading these. All right. Whoever it is, this is going to be our Finish the Chronicle segment.
Oh, snap.
All right, chat. That means this is for you. You guys got to let us know where you think this chronicle is going. During youth group, our leader ordered wings for all the kids.
Okay.
About 30 minutes later, we heard the church doorbell ring and figured out the food had finally arrived.
Awesome.
But
Wait,
when we
how
got
many-
to the door, we didn't see anyone and there was no food on the step.
Huh.
That's the end of what I'm going to give you.
Curious.
If you had to finish that chronicle, what do you think was going on? The guy wasn't there. No food was there.
How long was it after?
Said about 30 minutes later, we
Okay.
heard the church doorbell ring and figured that our food had arrived.
Mm-hmm.
But when
And they order wings?
they ordered wings, yeah.
I don't know. Wings in 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Like you're cooking the wings and then you're driving the wings.
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe the time's a little off. I don't know.
Yeah,
They're just guessing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
True,
30
true.
minutes, about 30
Yeah.
minutes.
Taylor said he ate the wings. Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
A ding dong ditch.
Ding
I
dong
could
ditch,
see that. It was like a
possible.
ding dong ditch and they took the food.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
He was sword kid back for his revenge.
a
this
bear.
is Youth Group Chronicles, folks. Like the end of the story isn't going to be he ate the food. It's got to be.
Maybe I'm trying to mix it up. Maybe I'm
Maybe.
trying to throw you off.
But I'm thinking it's got to be something
Mm.
crazy a little bit.
Okay. Well, what do you think would be crazy enough?
Ding dong.
A bear took the food.
A
They
bear.
go to-
Okay, a bear took the food.
There we
An
go.
animal ran off for the food. That's a great guess.
That's good. Oh yeah, then they can see it in the distance.
Homeless
There.
person flew away with them things. Okay, that's
True.
a great guess.
I'm trying to think.
Man, have we ever seen him draw a blank on the show ever?
I'm just trying to. It's got to be something.
This is new. This is new territory for Youth Group Chronicles.
Ding dong. I'm trying to put myself in the position. Oh, did you? Oh, good. Somebody go to the. Where's the wings? And they look up,
Or the
and a
door-
bird's got. Yeah,
or the
I'm going with the
DoorDash
animal.
Animal,
guy
a
took
bear,
gonna
and we
animal.
have birds. All right.
I'm going for birds, man. An eagle.
the eagle.
An eagle.
But when we got to the door, we didn't see anyone and there was no food on the step. Confused, we checked the security camera and saw the delivery guy drop off the food.
He did it. Good job, buddy.
But moments after he left, a homeless man swooped in, grabbed the entire order, and took off running.
Hey, honestly,
I'm surprised. So probably multiple people in the
I
chat.
did see a couple homeless people.
Yep, homeless people. That was a great guess.
Yeah.
That was a layup for you for the chat, okay?
Yeah.
That was a good guess.
And Buddy and Tim, they were just trying to let you guys get that tonight.
Yeah, I just felt bad.
Okay.
No, that's, I mean, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, you know, he needed it more.
That's not, yeah, that's not, I mean, you're a church. You should be
he
held in high.
he needed 90 wings.
Yeah.
Well,
Listen,
hey,
90 wings, that'll last them like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Where's he put it?
Hey,
I mean, if
holding on
it's
to
cold enough outside.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Holding
true.
the backpack.
Yeah. You can, there's microwaves
Save
at
it later.
Wegmans or something. I don't know. They'll be all right.
True.
They can go to the store, throw it in. I'm not mad at him.
I know. It's like, yeah.
It's
Hey,
like,
you know,
you got to
it is.
eat, guys.
You got to
I'm
get
not
it.
mad.
Get it how you live.
And it's like hot wings. Like how, like he was probably praying.
Imagine it was a flavor he didn't like.
No, imagine he's sitting there praying earlier in the day.
Yeah,
And
but
he
whoa,
says,
whoa.
"Lord,
This is
I
a
would
theology
do it
debate
for
right
me."
here.
He would
Lord,
say,
He was
do it for
praying. He was praying, and his answer was,
and the
to
Lord
sin
led
to get
him
them?
led him to the church.
I mean,
the Lord led him to steal them?
you know, maybe he
I'd
doesn't.
say to
Maybe
steal.
it was already an act of God. I mean, they're hot wings. They're showing up right before.
Right?
you.
Who says he probably didn't see them?
He just saw the guy
dropped
drop
off.
them. He's like, what?
Yeah,
Nah, he was probably walking past. He just seen.
he might not even know
On
the
them
youth group's
there.
going on. He's like, "Are you kidding me? This is the spot I sleep every single night, and there's food here. He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies."
The presence of Bible is crazy.
I mean, to be fair, he probably, like, let's say that he didn't know it was a church
Mhm.
or what was going on. He sees a guy drop off food
Yeah.
on a doorstep.
Or
But it
maybe he
doesn't say
even
he's
see him.
seen him drop
Yeah,
drop
you
the
might not
food
even
off.
see him.
Actually, he was probably waiting.
Granted, yeah, he probably does.
But how would he?
follows
How
the
would
driver around.
He did
how
go
would
away
he-
pretty
How
quick.
would he had known that food was being dropped off?
It's
He knows the driver's car.
No, he doesn't.
How many times did they
No
order
way.
wings to that? To the
Well, he
church?
probably follows the driver around town.
That's crazy.
No way.
Strategy.
No.
How
was
in the
definitely-
car? How's he following a car? around
Definitely
town?
They said he
spur
was
of the
homeless,
moment.
not carless.
It was definitely spur of the moment.
That's
He just
good.
saw it, but he did take off.
Yeah,
He wasn't like, oh, were these
Guilty.
somebody's? I mean, why would he enjoy him there?
That's true.
Yeah, if he really thought it was a gift from God, he would have enjoyed it right there.
Uh-uh. How many gifts from God you enjoy right there?
Woo! That was powerful. So you put that in the chat.
They
Somebody-
I would expect
somebody
that from the
enjoy the
chaplain,
gift of God
but
now.
from our NBA analyst,
Wow.
that was new. That was different.
That was powerful.
Yes.
Shout out to Buddy.
Moving
Shout out to
up.
Buddy for that one.
This is a story from Ella. Ella said, at
Ella.
youth group, we had a student who was severely allergic to bees get stung.
Oh no, that's not good.
In a panic, a leader rushed over with an EpiPen to help,
Nice.
but unfortunately, they accidentally had it facing the wrong way
Ouch.
and stabbed themselves in the finger
Oh,
instead of
no.
our student's leg.
Oh no.
Our youth group ended up having to call an ambulance for both of them.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what? Was it?
Well, dude, I looked it up. I was like curious to see like what could happen. It's not like you're gonna die, but there's like nerve problems. It can like kill the flesh on your finger if you don't need it. There was a bunch of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But I've always wondered if people have done that. Like it's in the movies and stuff, right?
I don't
if you
know.
accidentally poke yourself.
Like they'll stick the
Because you got to like a part of it is you
jab
have
it.
to hit it hard.
and you always
to
put
make
your
yeah, where it's
your or like what you think you should do is put your
Yeah.
thumb right in the end and then needle right in the thumb.
Because you have to, or else it doesn't work if you don't do it hard enough.
Yeah, you
I
do
think
have to like
something, right?
push it pretty hard, I think. I've never had to do that, but there was kids at camp, like as a counselor, the parents would give you the EpiPen. Never had to use it, thankfully.
Heck no.
That's crazy. I would feel terrible for the girl. Oh my
Yeah, I'm
gosh.
like, dang. I
Not
took your
only, well, your only anti-venom or whatever it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what do you do for that kid now?
Yeah, that was like,
I started praying for both of them.
Benadryl, right?
I'd be like, Lord help her
Yeah,
and
you
just Lord help him too in Jesus' name.
Start getting active. 'cause-
Praying for everybody.
That is a hack, though, guys. If you have an allergic reaction, I believe it's Benadryl.
Really?
Is like the one that will calm it down. Yeah, if you're having
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
I've heard that
reaction.
before.
This is not the health.
We're not. This is not official medical.
Look that up
advice.
because it could save your life.
not official.
I know someone that
medical
happened to.
advice.
Yeah.
He almost died from a bee sting,
Oh my.
and his family had Benadryl that ran him out to him.
Mm.
This is an anonymous story.
Oh, not a story.
At summer camp, the director let a lamb walk around camp for 2 days, and everyone got attached to it.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
There were even students that named it.
Oh
Yep.
gosh.
I already know what this is.
And then on the final night, he brought it out, and without warning, pretended to kill it using a bag of fake blood tied around its neck.
Oh gosh.
But since it was dark, all you could see were the drops of blood hitting the ground,
Oh man.
and everyone immediately started crying. Not even the counselors knew that it was fake.
Oh man.
It wasn't until the next morning that the director told us that he did it at night on purpose so we wouldn't be able to tell if we killed the lamb and that it actually died or not.
Wow.
You know, there have been stories that people have sent in where they really killed it,
Yeah.
but this one he didn't.
Wow.
But he sure made it look like he did.
You know what? Yeah.
There's a story.
It's for the
here.
bit.
That one's way better than actually killing the lamb.
And they killed a goat, which is the wrong
yeah.
one.
That's like, okay. Now
They're thinking
it's like-
Old Testament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I will say this. Although that is like, oh, what? Like that's a pretty good example, and nobody gets hurt.
No one.
It's like
Maybe if you
oh,
had told
the
him
lamb-
like right
See,
after.
this is how you should really feel about this.
exactly. I mean, that's like yeah. Tell him right after and be like,
what
hey,
he should have done,
by the
actually,
way,
what he should have
the
done,
lamb is-
since he didn't kill it on the first night, kill it, and then 3 days later, walk it out on the stage.
It's Mildred.
Yeah, they did
That's a
name it.
good
They did
one.
name it. Yeah, he did he traumatized them, but gotta be honest, not as much
Yeah.
as the goat guy.
yeah. As actually,
Yeah,
actually killing
as
it.
literally.
Where he really, really killed it.
Yeah, I feel like that's okay if you're like right in the moment. Good
Yo.
to be like, hey, this lamb didn't actually die, but can I tell you, 2,000 years ago there was a lamb that did die. It's just like, all right, now you can flip it. But you just not tell the kids. Yeah, he's probably dead.
He's probably dead.
Mildred.
He let him cry for a bit.
But then
Next
you did,
morning.
or you wait, but you just let a few see the lamb. Like I seen him.
Wow. Yes. Come on. And you know who's got to see it? A woman.
A woman
Because
first.
a woman was the first one to see Jesus after he rose again. And you're saying they can't preach the gospel. Sorry, I just tweaked real quick. I just glitched.
We're going there.
All right, this is a story from Brittany. Brittany said, at a youth group sleepover, we decided to prank the first girl that fell asleep without her knowing.
Okay. Little prank moment.
Without her waking up, we were able to cover her in every condiment that we could find. Ketchup, mayo,
wait.
mustard, peanut butter,
Jacked up.
you name it.
Peanut butter. That's crazy.
But after a few minutes, she woke up screaming, saying her skin was burning.
Oh, no.
Turns out we had no idea she was allergic to mustard.
Oh yeah, that's like a crime.
Yeah. I mean, it seems harmless,
It does seem harmless.
and
but-
I don't know anybody allergic to mustard. So it's like, I wouldn't think that either. But
So there's let me see if I can think of it.
It's like the mustard seed or whatever.
There's a mustard seed, but there's like a mustard powder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Sierra had COVID super bad, and she was able to like put it on her chest or something like on a rag.
Huh.
And I actually think it cleared it up. Like that
Wow.
was the thing that she was
Oh.
like really attributes to getting over it.
Huh.
But I believe it can burn your skin.
oh my.
So it may be like it has a different reaction. When it's, I don't
See
know,
that.
but I've heard of that for mustard.
Sheesh. Well, hey guys, now you know. Check out if they're allergic before you prank them.
That story
Just
reminds
ask.
me of
They can like, hey, which of these are you? Like,
which of
okay.
these
Yeah,
are
like, put it
which
in
of
the
these
questionnaire.
condiments? What normal condiment that you would find in a average American refrigerator?
Yeah,
What
actually,
do you think you would be allergic of?
you actually should know that for camp, anyways. So maybe someone was just being
Oh,
irresponsible.
that's true.
Like usually, you're supposed to be like, "Oh, are you allergic to anything?"
But then they
like,
say the
before you figure
counselor
stuff out.
though.
Well,
They
this was
said-
just a youth group sleepover, so it was like the girls. There was just some kids doing it to each
Oh,
other.
Somebody
yeah,
said the
yeah.
girl was lying. Reverse prank. That'd be funny.
Yeah, the real question is how deep of a sleeper is this person? I've
Yeah, they
known
gotta
some
be-
deep sleepers, dude.
Dang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
deep sleepers.
Be having condiments thrown on you.
I think. I mean,
That's
they're just like
Yeah, I'd be tight.
putting a
man. I
little
don't
bit
care.
at a time.
I'm
This-
fighting some people if I'm.
Yeah,
I'll
oh,
wake
yeah.
up with
Abs-
mad mayo, ketchup, mustard, syrup, peanut butter.
Everybody catching these ketchup pans.
Yeah, everyone,
I am
I'm
not
fighting.
happy. I'm not happy. All right, this is our last story here. This is from Robert. Robert said,
We miss
the
Robert.
choir from our youth group was
Robert.
invited to sing at the medical ward of a federal penitentiary.
Oh wow.
When we arrived, they ushered us into the building and onto risers to perform.
Come on.
We had actually done this at multiple venues prior, but never at a prison.
Mm-hmm.
So without thinking, our choir director gave the same pre-written intro
Oh no.
from all the other events that we had sang at.
Oh gosh. Here we go.
He stepped up to the inmates and confidently said, "Thank you for being here."
Ooh.
We didn't have a choice. Granted, I mean, there are some where it actually is a choice. You know what I'm saying? But
they wanted to give
prison?
them a,
yeah, like they don't have to attend the service for prison ministry sometimes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
That's
okay,
fair.
Depending on
okay.
the thing, you know
That's
what I'm saying?
fair.
Yeah.
Like there's
That's
some
a
where
good save.
they just like pull up in the room and it's like, hey, you can't, like it's going on. You can watch it or not. But
That's
like,
fair.
yeah, I mean, you don't have to attend. But
I know there were some side eyes. Like,
oh, 100%. Hey, thank you guys for being here. It's just like,
They wanted to let them know
No
that they
kidding.
were truly free.
where else are you gonna be? You know, what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's good. Come
They
on.
want to let them know they're truly free.
Are you free? Are you free indeed? Come on. Jesus is out here
because
telling them to visit the people in prison, so they're
Come
just
on,
trying their best.
That's true.
But I will say, what you can learn from this is just
Don't say that.
don't do the pre-written speeches. Just pre-written. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
oh.
pre-written speeches.
I don't even know if it was pre-written.
Speak from the
It's
heart.
just what he remembers from. Maybe it was just something he remembers.
Oh,
from,
just a thing that
like what he's been saying over and over. Hey,
yeah.
thank you all for being.
They're sitting there literally like chained to the seat, like
It's
for
like
real.
the cricket sound.
Yeah.
They're chained to the seat.
You hear the cough.
Crazy.
They're like, really? Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. No,
Or-
have you seen prisoners behind bars or God behind bars?
No, what is it?
Yeah, they're so it's like a ministry. They go into the prison. and
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Yeah, I've seen
And
that.
they do like
Doesn't Chris Estrada do that?
yeah. There's a lot of people who do it.
Okay.
Yeah, but they like will worship and they're in there. And
Yeah,
it's just
I've
like a
seen
normal
those.
church service.
Yeah.
You know, they're not like chained or like it's an option to be there. But those are guys who are generally
Like on good behavior. or
yeah,
something.
they're like in there for like a long time and stuff. But yeah, not as bad as somebody said in the chat as the I'll be home for Christmas to the prison. That was crazy.
That was a wild
That'd
story.
be wild.
That was funny though. That was funny.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
How you guys doing?
How y'all?
How y'all doing today?
What you
How
guys
you
been up
doing?
to? What's you-
Sorry about that.
All right, let's do our Would You Rather segment to close this episode out. This is from. We'll start with option 1. All right, yeah, guys. Put when you're voting is easiest when you put numbers in the chat. So 1 and
There
2.
you go.
We'll be
1
able
and
to read
2.
it quick. We'll go with option 1 for Alyssa's story. This is where you find a water bottle and you throw it up against a wall,
Mhm.
and you decide to clean it up
Mhm.
by sucking it out of the carpet.
I'm cleaning it up.
You're the student.
Oh my goodness! This
Yes.
second one better be crazy because that's
Option 2 is you have a student get stung by a bee at youth camp,
Oh,
and
gosh.
you being the hero of a leader you are, run over to stab him with that EpiPen. Turns out you just stuck yourself. I think it was in the thumb
yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
I gotta.
Mm.
Do you know what are you doing? Because I'm thinking the second one, someone else is. might
Zach
die.
said 3.
Yeah, honestly, I'm with you, Zach.
Caitlin is going
Well,
option
in the
1.
story, well, we know in the story that she doesn't die.
Yeah, she doesn't die, but like to be in danger like that, like she could have died.
But we know the outcome.
Whoo! I know someone else who knows the end of your story.
It still would
My
hurt.
God.
And you have to
It
take a
would.
hospital trip. I would
Yeah.
imagine maybe you get some shots when you get there. They didn't say that, so we're just guessing.
Mhm.
But I would like to avoid that.
I'm not gonna lie. If it's me getting hurt or somebody else, I'll drink the water.
Wow. True sacrifice.
Even if it's just an EpiPen to the thumb.
You know what? The girl could have died.
I don't think that's
nervous
the
about
point. She
dying.
was fine.
Yeah.
I think the worst part is you stuck yourself with an EpiPen in the hand.
Thank you. Someone in the chat is saying, number one, no one's life is in danger. You
Yours
know what?
might be after this.
Yours
But we-
might be. You're catching something probably.
Yeah.
You know,
You're not voting. Have you never played this game? That's the whole point here.
you got to vote. You have to.
yeah, you have to vote.
Anaphylaxis. Is that how you say it?
Anaphylactics.
Anaphylactis shock. Is that
Alexis?
what you can go in? Or maybe that's what she's experiencing?
Mm.
Something two. Give me the pure adrenaline.
I think it's Call of Duty Warzone.
For real. It's like, let's go. I got hit, but I'm not.
The
done.
I'm
EpiPen
going
went
two.
to the thumb,
I'm
Jacob
going
said.
two.
Yeah, I would imagine that's where it went. Someone said 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. Sticking with a dirty carpet could send you to the hospital just as fast. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm also not. I'm not going to try to lie to anybody.
And
I've
then you're
100%
known
done
as
this before.
the slurping out the carpet kid.
Yeah.
That's what you're known as now.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah,
Or
that
you're
kid
look.
was licking
Or
the carpet.
It's no
or
longer Chaplain Tim. It's
or you're someone who just cares about the house of God. You know.
No.
You know what I'm
if
saying?
that's your marketing.
Nobody's
spin,
thinking that.
Then go for it.
Yeah, nobody's thinking that.
I'm going option 2.
Yeah.
I'm sticking myself with the EpiPen.
Yeah,
I feel like it would
nobody's
hurt a
thinking
bit, but I don't think I want to drink the carpet.
I mean, look, I'm just saying, either you care about the house of God or you don't.
This is why he's the chaplain.
You know.
But who's gonna realistically? Who's thinking? Yeah, he just slurped up water out the carpet.
I'd
Who cares
rather
about
be
the
a
house now?
doorkeeper in the presence.
But you're not
At
a
the
door.
house
But you're
of the
not a
Lord.
doorkeeper.
Well, the doorkeeper got to do what it's got to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Find me a doorkeeper. that's cleaning up the carpet with their mouth.
Hey, you got to. It's
I
holy
mean-
water. We're in the house of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? It's the water's been saved. Maybe.
I don't think you're going to explain your
Nah.
way out of this one.
No,
But
I'm
you're
just-
welcome to pick option one.
I'm picking one. I don't want the girl to die. I don't want her to worry about.
She was
dying.
okay though.
I
Worry
know,
about
but-
dying. She already got stung. She's worrying
we
about
know
dying.
the outcome of that second story.
She's
It's-
already worried.
really. It's just stabbing. Would you rather poke yourself with an EpiPen or slurp water out of a church carpet?
You know. I'm slurping.
I am going with option 2. Buddy, are you with me?
I'm with you.
EpiPen it is.
Especially after
We're
Y'all-
leaving you
y'all
alone.
like-
especially after what he just said. I'm with you.
Y'all are like, yeah, the girl might
Yeah, I'm
die.
with
We don't
you.
care. My body is a
She
temple.
didn't.
I'm not.
She
I'm
didn't.
going neither. Honestly, yeah.
I'm with you.
All right, guys. That is a wrap on this episode of Youth Group Chronicles. Buddy and Tim, thank you.
Dangerous times.
Thank you for being here. Guys, if you want to be updated when we go live so you can be here voting on these polls,
Mhm.
seeing these episodes long before they come out, and being here in the studio with us, which
Come
I
on.
think is the most fun.
That's what it's all
The
about.
most fun.
It's true.
You
You know
can't be
what's-
here in person. This is the next best
You know what's even more fun than being in the studio with us?
being in that chair.
Being with us live. You can actually book us. And this is, I'm just kidding. I love doing
Why?
pitches and then like, I don't even know what to say next. I'm like, hey, but yeah.
He is
Take it away.
right, though.
It's true.
YG Chronicles
YG Chronicles.
can come to your event.
Mhm.
You can go to YG Podcast, YGCpodcast.com/book.
Mm.
And all the details
The
Oh,
tails.
can be, we're
That's
mixing it up now. Can be found on the site in regards to booking.
Yeah.
We do live shows, we do events, conferences, whatever it may be.
Mhm.
By the time this drops, we've
We
probably
just did
done
that one. When was it?
We did Orange Conference.
Wow. That was incredible, was it not?
That was sick.
That was, oh my gosh. People
We
were going
did,
crazy. They loved it.
A youth camp in Florida we just
What?
did.
That's so awesome.
And then a couple more as well, depending on when this drops.
Japan.
So it's been a busy summer.
Australia.
Hey, we're international.
International.
YG. Okay, what are you giving the first person who books an international YGC appearance?
Maybe we'll just have to bring 3 of us.
What?
Like
That
a
would be
3
crazy.
guest show. Never before.
Never before.
Never before. How sick would that be?
Wait,
So
if
listen,
you
if
see
you're
3 guests,
if you're international and you want to be the first 3 guests,
Is Canada-
YGC podcast.
Canada,
No,
Mexico?
That's basically America.
Yeah,
okay.
no Americas.
Abroad, we're
It
talking.
gotta be
Abroad.
abroad. Yeah, we gotta be abroad.
if we ain't flying over water, it don't count.
Yeah.
All right, chat. We love you. Thank you for being here. Joy. What is it? Cowpoke?
Shout out
What
to
is that?
Jacob.
Thank you. Love you too. Jacob, thanks for being here. And we will see you all next week.
See ya.
See ya.